Alright guys, so this is the result of using a new to me 2800 PSI pressure washer. Guy I bought it from, he thought it was a bad pump. The pump wasn't bad. What it was is it needed a new carburetor. Boom, changed that out. And then the inside the wand, it was clogged. But using this 15 degree right here, really got all the loose paint off this bike. As you can see, like I said, it used to be red. I mean, it's going to take a little bit for me to get it back up, but I've got the leaking taken care of, so it does not leak anymore. I ran it yesterday. What I'll probably end up doing is everything the right way. Before, when I painted this, all I did was just rattle can over the original paint. I didn't sand anything other than this little cover here, which I'm going to redo. I'm going to stick with that same color theme. I'm just going to do it a little bit differently. I don't plan on having the reptilian skin. It happened because I used two different types of paints. I used a regular paint, which is the green, and then I ended up using enamel matte clear, and because I fused the two together while they were still wet, it ended up shrinking, I guess, is what caused that. But yeah, probably gonna do it right. Take the tank off, take the seat off, take these covers off, which I took these covers off that say S83, and you know, I just put some painter's tape over it. And again, I thought I was using bed liner. That's not bed liner, neither is that. Both of these just so happen to be the textured paint from Rust-Oleum. But yeah, I mean, I'm just getting all this loose paint off of here, and then I can take everything off, sand it down properly, and go over it correctly. But I mean, it looked great when I first did it, and I mean, I was kind of meticulous about it, you know. Certain things I did take off, like this here, and then of course the other side. But I mean, it's been 4 years, 5 years with this paint. So I mean, I got what I paid for. It was just, you know, I think this is VTX, the stuff you get from AutoZone. The temperature paint, the same with this tailpipe here, which I've blown a lot of that off. But I mean, it's time to redo this. My main concern right now is getting the bike up and going. Once I know it's going to run properly, which that is working great. I don't have any more sticking throttle. So once I get this back up and running, then I'll worry about the cosmetics. But yeah, as of right now, I mean, I just need a battery. Once I get a battery, I can jump start it. I'm honestly thinking that because I'm pushing this button here, I'm thinking that when I was trying so hard a couple weeks ago to get this thing to fire up, I may have either burned out the wires or I burned out the starter solenoid, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's on this side underneath this cover that's like that. Actually, let me just walk over here. I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, it should be underneath this cover right here. But yeah, as you can see, it blew a lot of the paint off, which is good, because I want to see what needs to be repainted. So I'd rather the old paint get blown off. But like I said, you know, it's just gasket maker. I didn't get another factory gasket, but that gasket maker works amazing. As long as you let it sit for a little while and allow it to cure, a good 10-15 minutes, long enough for it to cure, and then you can tighten down your bolts and then it'll finish curing. I was very careful about laying this bike down on the side. As you can see, nothing's damaged. You're probably thinking, well, what about this right here? Well, this was from a few years ago, so had nothing to do with laying the bike over, but I'm replacing these. So I don't like this look. So you've got these amber rear turn signals, and then you've got your running light plus your brake, which is right here, and then you've got your reflectors. Well, I'm going to leave these reflectors, probably, I don't know, but my plan is to run wires from these running lights and these brake lights, and I can get a 4-wire setup. I think these are a 2 or a 3-wire. I think these are these are just a 2-wire. So nothing happens with these two tail lights when the bike is on. The only time that something happens with this is when you turn the turn signal on. That's it. So I want to kind of do away with that, and I want to have constant running here and constant running here, maintaining more visibility. I understand that's probably the purpose of these reflectors. So, like I said, I'm probably going to leave these reflectors, but get the 4-wire set up, and then all I have to do is just run some wires to the running wire and to the brake. So when I brake, now it'll be a testing theory because I don't know if it's going to work like my trucks. So when you hit the brake on the trucks, one side stays illuminated while your flasher still goes. So I'm hoping that's what happens with this. So say I'm making a left turn, this turn signal will continuously flash while this side stays illuminated. So we'll see how that works out. I know that that's not how the Suzuki VS 1400 or S83. That's not how they set it up from the factory, but I'm going to modify it. Hopefully that works out, and if it does, then I probably will ditch these reflectors, because in honesty they look stupid, but they do serve a purpose, so I'll leave them there for now. But like I said, while I'm going down the road, if I have constant illumination here as well as here, then yes, I can ditch those. There's no purpose for them. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna replace these amber colored ones with smoked ones, and I believe it comes with an LED bulb on the inside. If not, I can just get one to put in it. And then, of course, I'm going to redo the fronts as well. I'm honestly thinking about just pulling this whole setup, this whole assembly, take these goofy looking ears off of here and take this off of here as well, because I'm going to have to pull all of this off in order to change these. So while I'm in here, I may as well just change out these lights as well. And I'm thinking about going with the LED that goes around the bar, so it'll actually flash all the way around. That will look a lot better, a lot cleaner. So we'll see. It's going to be a work in progress, but my main goal is to get another battery, possibly another solenoid, starter solenoid, and go from there. Once I get it up, it's running and all that jazz, I do plan on changing the seat cover out. Super simple. It's stapled in from the bottom. You just take those staples out, the whole cover comes off, and you can put whatever cover you want on here. And I mean, I'm not a big fan of the alligator skin, but I mean, it served its purpose for the time I've had this bike. But I mean, as you can see, now that the bike is drying, I mean, you've got permanent stains on here from the gas coming out, and then you've got just that dirt is just locked into that paint. So what I'm going to do is just sand all of that down, redo it, and go from there. And then of course I will be redoing this, and I will probably do another stencil. Instead of putting Wolf across it, I'll probably put Hades, because that is what I named this bike, and it has literally been to hell and back. So, that's perfect. Perfect name for it. And I need to put my gremlin bell back on, because I thought I was going to sell the bike, so I had pulled my gremlin bell, because when you sell your bike, everyone knows you don't let your gremlin bell go with the bike that you sell, you keep it. So I need to put the gremlin bell back on this bike. But yeah, that's about it so far. I mean, once I get it up and going, I need to also get a setup. I'm considering going hard bags. I actually did this little setup right here, which needs a little bit of work. Excuse the wasp nest, I haven't pulled that out yet. But as you can see, it's just an old shoe box or boot box that I had modified. That's why it's coming apart. But you can charge stuff on your bike as you're going down the road. And with my helmet being a Bluetooth helmet, after I take a 100-mile trip, my Bluetooth battery in my helmet's already dead. So I'd rather just go ahead and pull that battery out, stick it in there, charge it for, halfway ride, about 50 miles in, pull over somewhere, take the battery out, stick it back in the helmet, and I could at least listen to a little bit of music. But I can tell you right now, just on a long trip, the drone of this bike is just boring. I'm sorry, this was my first bike, but it's sure shit not going to be my last bike. I'm looking to get a Honda VTX 1800. It's a bigger bike. This is a big-ish engine on a small frame. So with myself and my wife on here, it's not enough bike for the both of us. I'm a big guy. She's not. Well, she's not a guy, but she's not a big person. But, with me being a big person alone is putting a lot of stress on this frame. So even just adding another pound is just more added stress. But anyway, yes, my plan is to get this bike squared away, put it back to looking nice, and, go from there. I plan on building this channel. Check out my other channel, Deep South Bayou Diesel. There's a couple of videos on there of stuff that I've done to my truck, but I'm going to keep my videos separated. I only have 3 subs on this channel, but I have plenty of subs on Deep South Bayou Diesel, so perhaps I can get some of my subs from over there to come over here, and I can grow both channels. That would be awesome. And see what happens. And I don't know if I'm going to get a 3rd channel, or if I'm going to just dissolve both of my channels into my ranch channel once I have my ranch going. But yes, beyond those trees there will be countless cows. So someday that is coming pretty soon. But as for now, I'm just slowly building up my channels. Like I said, my first legit video for my bike. I do have like 2 or 3 videos of my truck on here. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to get a good video, starting off for my motorcycle. The next video I make will be of this bike running and actually moving around. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Later, Gators.